Hamjambo nyote popote mlipo. Huu wakati mwingine tunajiunga na hiki kitengo cha mtandao wa jamii wa Bwana Paul Kibicho. Na waalika wote popote mlipo tuongee mambo kuhusu investment. Wherever you are, depending on your time zone, welcome to this live podcast. This is your information provider, Professor Paul Mwangi Kibicho, PhD, QBHSC, official YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok page. You have heard the bell rang, and that bell is an indicator that Quest Pinnacle is still offering services. If you are there and you want to invest money with us, the doors are still open. But in the fullness of time, we're going to bring this issue of selling you the opportunity of investing in our platform to a close. For we normally say there is nothing without an end. Now, Quest Pinnacle, for those people who are joining me, I can see I've got quite a number of friends on my TikTok page, quite a number of them. I can see somebody like Jack Karaoke, Stania, Son of Fate, Polly. I can see quite a number of you joining me also in my Facebook page. MC Mothe, Degenye, Dr. Kalisa, Ole, Queen. So, let me come back to you, honorable members of this house. It gives me a lot of pleasure when I talk to you matters to do with finances and matters to do with investment. Why are you there and you have not yet made up your mind to come and invest with this winning investment club? Quest Pinnacle Investment Company Limited is a legit organization. We are recognized by even Capital Markets Authority. We have all the relevant documentations and licenses to be an investment company, Madam Queen. And thank you very much for your likes. I can see that I'm getting likes from Diana Wadi's baby. Thank you very much. Sanchez Garuya, thank you very much for watching me from Finland. I normally confuse your place with Finland or Sweden. You need to invite me to come there. So when you talk about investments, allow me first of all to give you a broader perspective of what investment is all about. It is purely a reflection, or what we call an economic reflection of your tomorrow and your purchasing power. That is my definition now. That is my definition as per Professor Paul Mwangi Kibicho. That investment is that capacity to foresee how much life will be costing and to attend to that particular need now. So most of us people watching me, you have made money, but some of you, you can't even qualify the amount of money you have made for the days that you have worked. As a matter of fact, majority of you watching me from wherever you are, you have been complaining that money has not been enough. I'm here to demystify that myth. Money will never be enough. I have told you in the past that our two presidents, the fourth president of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, when he became the president, he did not close his business of Brookside. It still went on. His Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, he did not close his business of pottery rearing despite becoming the president, because money is never enough. So you define money by what you want it to mean for you. There are those people who are comfortable with 50,000 shillings. To some of us, 50,000 shillings can't even fuel the cars we drive. Some of us, yeah, because they consume more. They are fuel guzzlers. But if you limit, number one, I want to teach you this aspect of limiting your brains. Never limit your brains. And I want, first of all, to tell you that if you met an ordinary person in the village and you tell him that it is easier to go to the moon, you'll start telling you, are you mad? You'll start asking you those kind of questions. Are you mad? Is it possible for somebody to go to the moon? How shall we actually calculate the amount of fuel required to propel that particular rocket to the moon? But that limitation is in you. So don't think that because you are limited in thinking, other people are limited in thinking. It is you who is limited in thinking. I have been telling people a very simple example, that if anybody who has done what we call proper arithmetics, or somebody who has been to school, you can tell the height of a tree studying wherever you are. To some people who have never been to class, they may start wondering what you're talking about. So all of you, my Mother Queen, Willy, I can tell you this for sure. You have heard me. I have more than 1,000 videos. And something else that was disturbing me yesterday. And I want first of all to thank a very important friend of mine by the name Mr. Madhalau Akiwa Gatora. Mr. Madhalau, I salute you from wherever you are. Mr. Madhalau is a good friend of mine. He's an old Muse. He invited me in his compound yesterday and he gave me a complete goat. A complete goat. Complete. Thank you very much, Mr. Madaro, for recognizing my efforts. Now, what I'm saying is this. Now, go back to your village, and this is what I've been telling people. Go and study the people who worked and they never invested any money. They are languishing in poverty, and their position of languishing it is so chronic that no one would like to walk that journey because you had gotten used to getting money. Now you have no money, so you need to start investing now, not tomorrow. What does investing money now mean? We have various types of investments, but you have to pose a question and ask yourself, where do you fit? Because if you talk of building what you call a condominium, a 50-story building, do you have the finances with you? Fine, the idea may be bright and brilliant. It's okay, it's perfect, but you have those resources. We normally say think big, but start small. When I talk about you buying shares from the Nairobi Securities Exchange, how many shares do you require to make money? Because there's no point of you being counted amongst the investors, and all what you have there is 15,000 shillings. What will be the return on investment? So here, Bwana Anthony Boro ukiwa Qatar, I told you that I was sleeping in a hotel called Ariwan in Qatar, is that you require to bring money to Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, where we have been able to marshal a humongous amount of money, almost totaling to 1 billion shillings. So with a billion shillings, we have what we call the bargaining power. And because most of you are not financial analysts, you're not experts when it comes to matters finance, leave that business to us. We are trained. Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited is being run by a group of professionals with a very big heritage of experience. One of our directors has got 40 years experience. Kebisho has got 33 years experience. Simon Jogona Kago has got 35 years experience. Madam called Anastasia Wajiro Kamau has got more than 30 years experience. Thank you very much, the principal Dome Boys High School, Mr. Stephen Madenge. Most welcome, Bwana Stephen Madenge. Mr. Madenge is my chief principal at Dome Boys, a school that is performing very well. A school where I would recommend every parent within Laikipia and an environment to take their children because the school is properly run. The principal is a no-nonsense man, and the principal is a God-fearing man. He's an elder of a church, and he has got what we call acute allergy for corruption. So I salute you, Mr. Stephen Madenge, from wherever you are. So I can tell you this for free. Please listen to me today. I'll be bringing this live podcast to a close in the next maybe 8 minutes. I've dedicated 15 minutes for you people. There are some individuals out there who have been wired so negatively that they see a glass half empty. We refer to them in the academic circles, pessimists, skepticals. These are individuals whose wiring can only take them to the grave. Because the moment you start closing your mind, we normally say an open mind is one of the most valuable assets a human being can possess. I am whom I am today. Despite having been born in a forest, I never became a monkey. Yes, everybody knows I was born in a forest called Kedogoro, 18 kilometers west of Nyeri town. I don't care how close you were to Alliance Boys High School. You never went to Alliance. Despite your proximity to Alliance Boys High School, to Mangu High School, to Kagumu High School, to Nyeri High School, you never went. So there's no difference, therefore, in terms of proximity. You were close to that school, but you never went through that school. And even if you went through that school, where are you? You're not a professor like me, yet you went to those schools that you keep mentioning to us. I was in Alliance. I was in Marada High School, Fred Kamusinga. We appreciate Cardinal Tunga. We appreciate. We went to that school, but where are you? How many people are you impacting in the society? Because some of us people, what eats us is what we call pride. But I'm here to share this information with you today, Elder George. Elder George, thank you very much for watching. George Warohio, that's an elder of PCU Church, Kugai Moronya. So what happens is the fact that you need this far, unless your mental faculties are totally dysfunctional, by now you need to have sat down and looked at what affects your decision making. You ought to know what ails you in terms of decision making. Because some of us people, we are poor decision makers. We can't make a decision. We are like wheelbarrows, not good until pushed. You have heard about Kebisho for 20. I have been in the media houses for 25 years. Right from the year 2000, when I was being hosted by Francis Kimani Damka Kenya, KBC, Good Morning Show. Here I am, still in the media. And nowadays, I'm also almost on all social media handles. But the question is this: what do you get from my discussion with you? You are there, you have a whole acre of land, and you have been arguing that piece of land is appreciating. There is no definite date in this earth when that piece of land will stop depreciating. What you require is cash flow in life. What does cash flow mean? If you go to the supermarket right now, you cannot go carrying your title to purchase those goods or merchandise from the supermarket. What the owners of a supermarket need is not how many titles you are holding on your hands. It is not how many share certificates you are holding on your hands. They require the liquid cash. Kebicho is here to tell you, as you age, you need to grow your financial base because needs become more as you age. Not only that, the demand for money becomes more. Your eating habit changes, your dressing code changes, the frequency of seeing the doctor changes. What are you doing right now? You are listening to me. You have been squandering your money, and I have given you a very simple money philosophy. Save money has a very simple motto: save me today, I'll save you tomorrow. Squander me today, I'll squander you tomorrow. How much have you squandered? Take a paper and a pen. Give yourself an average income. You multiply by the number of years that you have worked. I'm telling you, most of you can even take a rope and commit suicide. I'm not advocating for committing suicide because I know majority of us may find themselves victims. So at Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, we are giving you an opportunity to come and invest your money with us. How? Two ways. You can either come with your lump sum, and with as little as 100,000 shillings, you can come and continually build your account. I have a gentleman, I will not mention his name at this point in time, who started with 100,000 Kenya shillings. Now he's at 1,280,000 Kenya shillings gradually. And that is why these guys, the Europeans, came up with a proverb: a stitch in time saves nine, and a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. And you should make hay while the sun shines, and time and tide waits for no man. So you only require to come to us. We'll be able to give you a platform through which you'll use as an investment vehicle or highway to enable you continually save your money. And when you save money with us, we invest. There's a very big difference between saving money and investing. When you save money, you put money into your bank account. When you invest, you subject your money to what we call the macroeconomics. Macro, you can even call it macro spatial economics, meaning like now our company, Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, we invest in the US in a big way. We invest in Japan in a big way. We invest in Switzerland in a big way. So we've been able to do what? Why are we investing in different companies? So that we can be able to mitigate what we call the investment shocks. So you can start with 100,000, continually build that account. If you get 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, you just put it through what we call we have what we refer to as our pay bill number. Once you put that money, we have a very sharp, brilliant accountant who will be able to reconcile your records and give you a receipt spot on, and you continually see how your investment is growing. For instance, now in January 2026, God willing, inshallah, we will be paying the dividends. We paid our dividends for 2024 on 16th of January 2025. We will be paying the dividends for 2025 on the first week of January 2026. The question is, will you be a partaker? Don't just be a hearer, be a doer, because majority of you people know what ought to be done, but you don't know. And this is what the Bible says: during the times of your ignorance, I overlooked, but now that you know, condemnation is upon you. Even Noah, he was told by God, make the ark when it was still sunny. I'm telling you today, you may not know. Ask the old men and women out there who are currently suffering the consequences of indecisiveness. Majority of you people are not able to make decisions. I want to thank all those members who have subscribed to our company, Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, including Mr. Stephen Malenga watching me. I just went to his school before I even became a commissioned board member, talked to him, and he bought the idea. Because once you deal with brilliant characters, they don't take a whole century to make a decision. So people whose central processing unit is quite apt and conversant with what ought to be done, they are recipients. We have people we refer to as fast adopters, and we have others that we regard to as laggards. Laggards are those people who come when it is too late in the day to start now doing what the brilliant fast adopters did. I remember when I was buying a piece of land somewhere, I'll not mention where in particular, an acre was going at 80,000 shillings. I bought that time. Today, a whole acre is going at 3.5 million Kenya shillings. With the passage of time, if you have invested, you create wealth. Remember, those who don't invest and those who invest, the passage of time, the Bible says time and chance happens to them all. But what value are you putting to yourself? You have taken beer every weekend, you're in the pub. What will you reap from that particular beer spree that you go telling people about? You need to do what we call a cost-benefit analysis. Welcome to Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, where we allow you to bring money in lump sum, where we allow you to be buying what we call units of investment. 1 unit of investment is 16,000 shillings. So you can be able to progressively create a very big account by buying 1 unit every month, 2 units every month. This makes everybody be accommodated. So if you're there and you have not made an investment, this is the place to be. We say Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, this is the home of investors. And for your information, we paid that last year, we paid at 13.5%. This year, the proceeds for 2025 will be paid at 14% net. So let me just simplify the matrix for you. If, for instance, you have 1 million Kenya shillings, we'll be able to pay you a net of 140,000 Kenya shillings, meaning that if you instruct us to be giving you money on monthly basis, you have made 11,750 shillings every month without failure on 25th of every month. Aren't you interested in doing that? So welcome to Quest Pinnacle. Please take your phone, take a note, write this number, 0116 13 13 13, 0116 13 13 13. And when you hear this bell, know that good things are coming your way. Welcome to Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. Call us on 0116 13 13 13. Thank you very much. I think I'll buy a lad first, then invest in your company. The choice is yours. We do not, this place at Quest Pinnacle, you do not even have to tell us what you need to do, Bana DJ. Do. What had stopped you from doing it? You see, this is the most funniest thing about our Kenyan people. When Kenyan people hear somebody like Kibichu talking about investment, that is when they realize they needed to have bought a piece of land first. What had stopped you in the first place if you knew it was good to do? Because the moment I read, because I'm also an expert in literature, that I think I'll buy the land first. What had stopped you from buying? You know, we are not interested. We are not telling you that by virtue of becoming a member of Quest Pinnacle, you stop diversification of your investment vehicles. No, continually diversified. But we are telling you at this point in time, and I have already talked about this, land is good. It's okay, but it all depends on what we call the risk appetite. Some of us people, we are risk averse. Those people who are risk averse, they go for land. And they die the land, and they leave the land appreciating, and the land swallows them. Those people who have what we call risk appetite, these are the richest people that I've ever come across. And I happen to be one. Personally, I have high risk appetite. I can, even when I drive on the road, I have risked. I am not sure whether those people who are the other motorists, they are sane or they are insane. Kamau or a karaoke, washing from Olokeri Ward. You are a blessing to me, Dr. Kebisho. Thank you very much. Kagenyi Marimari, thank you very much. George Waroyo, thank you very much. Henry Degwa, thank you very much for listening. Of course, Mr. Stephen Madenge, thank you very much for listening. Sanchez Garuya, thank you very much for listening all the way from Finland. So let me Murwa Modo, thank you very much. Nelly, thank you very much. Peter Kanua, thank you very much. MZA001, thank you very much. Nash Mu, thank you so much. Continually give me like, kindly subscribe. The only way that you can help me in my podcast is by subscribing. But funny enough, again, Kenyans are very mean. Even subscribing and nothing is being charged on you. You don't like that. Subscribe so that you can continually get notifications from me anytime I come live. So let me wind up by telling you this for a few points before I leave for another engagement. Number one, whether you invest or not, today will remain 12th August 2025. And I have told you this, with the passage of time, only those people who have invested are optimistic because they have something to look forward to. Those who don't invest, they look forward to the grave. Because somebody without any dream is like an expired drug. Expired drugs are so harmful. And these are people who normally utter very toxic words, even during our social media hurdle shows, because they have nothing. And all what they are looking for is a miserable life ahead of them. But somebody with an investment vehicle, like those people who have invested at Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, they are looking forward to January 2026 because they know come January 2026, Mr. Peter Kamua, they have something to look forward to. In your case, because you have not made any investment, what are you looking forward to? Nothing. Number two, people with investment vehicles, they are more financially disciplined. They have high level of financial hygiene. They do not go wasting their money on unnecessary things. If you are a lady who is investing, you refuse to become a victim of impulse buying. If you are a gentleman with an investment vehicle, you do not go taking beer without plan. You do not just go creating relationships which are not adding any value to your life because you have something to look forward to. Number three, people with investment vehicles, they keep their eyes to what matters most. So when they go to their TV screens, they do not actually keep switching what we call channels if business matters are brought on board. They pay attention because the Bible says where your treasure is, That is where you keep your vision and focus on. Number 4, Baba Chris. Thank you very much. You are always a blessed. You are always a blessing. I remember we met you as Uber driver. Until now, I invest. Thank you so much, Baba Chris. May God bless you. May God increase you. And remember to subscribe. Thank you. Remember to follow me on my Facebook page. Remember to follow me on my YouTube channel, Dr. Paul Kebicho, PhD, QBHSC. Remember to follow me on my TikTok page. So what I'm saying as I bring this show to a close, those people with an investment vehicle, any money that comes their way, they don't waste. They continually build their financial base so that when they stop working, they don't have something to rely on. Majority of you have worked for 30 years, but you have nothing to show. Then if you come from the village, you can only be able to count the number of Petra trees that you have filled. But Petra trees do not give you returns on investment. As they point at the bus that they went, I have taken more than 15 crates in that particular pub. You made the owner of the pub richer, but you are you are the most fullest character the universe has ever produced. You say, I have been to that Urano more than 1 million times. You are pointing where you have actually wasted your money, but Uranos do not pay dividends. You have been to Koinage Street more than 1 million times. Koinage does not pay dividends. Dividends are paid by people who concentrate their investments. So if you want to invest money, please don't hesitate, Mr. Wahome Gitonga. Mr. Wahome Gitonga is an ardent follower of this show. Great mentor, Professor Kebicho. Thank you very much again. I appreciate Dr. Kebicho. I always follow your topics via your shows. You changed my life and I was about to hang. Now listen to the testimonies I'm getting, ladies and gentlemen. These are the testimonies that motivate me to continually give you live podcasts. With all this blame and the government disregard free education, why not these people? No, another person called here, Peter Kiem, is asking why the government has not given me a job. Luckily, I'm not the appointing authority. I have to be appointed. If they don't appoint me, I'm still serving them, the people. I'm still serving you people. At God's appointed time, things happen. I'm so proud of you. Thank you very much. I'm now getting comments from something called the TikTok here. And I'm telling you, these comments are coming fast and furious. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to give you 4 A's. Now, for the first A, if you want to succeed financially, you must act accordingly. Acting accordingly means we avoid wastage of your resources. Money is a scarce commodity. Don't waste your money. If you're a man, you cannot keep buying new suits, new ties, new shoes every day because you'll never become a Miss Man. There's no Mr. World. If you're a lady who is above 30 years, you have already missed one, but you'll never become a Miss World. Why are you competing in a battle you have already lost ab initio? So act accordingly. Number 3, you must adjust. You must adjust your lifestyle. What does adjusting your lifestyle mean? When the government of Kenya introduced new taxes, you never committed suicide. You never harmed yourself. As a matter of fact, you adjusted. So I want you to adjust your money behavior by bringing some money here. Mr. Mureithi Gari is saying practical mentor keep. I've got very wonderful people to do, Mr. Masharia. Tell me how we can actually authenticate financial institutions so that we cannot be duped. That's a very important question by DJ. Of course, let me start. Thank you very much, Mr. DJ, for that question. If you want to put your money into an insurance company, the regulatory body of all insurance companies in Kenya is called IRA, Insurance Regulatory Authority. So you're only required to go to the website of IRA and authenticate whether that particular company purporting to be offering insurance services is legit. If you want to know whether Kebicho is legit, you can even call the CMA, call the Capital Markets Authority. They know we are there because investment companies are regulated by CMA, Capital Markets Authority. If you want to be in a pension scheme, all pension schemes are regulated by RBA, Retirement Benefits Authority. So the information is freely provided. Or alternatively, Bwana DJ, come to me and of course you pay. By coming to me as a consultant, you don't go saying hi to a doctor with a toothache. So you have to pay first so that the truth can be extracted. So pay me or be able to advise you because that's why I exist. I'm a lawyer and not just a lawyer. I did my law degree when I was over 40 years. So it is not my mother Kebicho or my mother Wagari who took me to school. I took myself there consciously and deliberately knowing that I was going to gather information for my use. You advised my sister Ijinia Nyambura, and though it and through I'm able to save something every month. That's a wonderful person. You can hear Mr. Masharia. So let me repeat my number. Please repeat the number of that company. I must invest there. Thank you very much. Our office number is 0116 13 13 13. I repeat again, 0116 13 13 13. Or alternatively, you can call 0713 530 465. 0713 530 465. I hope you have gotten it right. Somebody says, DJ says, you have increased my confidence and my financial literacy. Thank you. That is the purpose of this particular podcast. That A, when we go to the that A, be articulate. Articulate means when you go to the supermarket, everything in the supermarket is good, but it's not meant for you. So don't just go buying everything which is not necessary. So be articulate. Be articulate. And then in life, the fourth A and the last one, pay attention. Pay attention. A bell for that. Pay attention. Like now, I have learned that bell so that you may pay attention. Pay attention to the information, sieve the information, and then finally activate that information that you have paid attention to. That is my fifth day. With those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the board of directors led by our chairman, Mr. Peter Kang'ara Macharia, 40 years of experience. Simon Jogona Kago, 35 years of experience. Onesimus Waigoro, 25, CPA Onesimus Waigoro, an expert in forensic audit, 25 years of experience. We come to Paul Kebicho, PhD, QBE, HSC, AJEP ITQC, 33 years experience. We bring this show to a close. Looking forward to having more engagements with you. May God bless you. Always a pleasure talking to you. With those few remarks, allow me to bring this show to a close so that we can attend to other pending businesses of the day.